last time round, Lulu and Quinn, the ones that rounded out our team compositions. The brand from Froggen, not the greatest of picks. We might see a slightly different one this time around as well.
And they also had the counter pick for Huni, who got thwarted, obviously, with that first blood pre-minion spawn. But maybe we can see what that impact is actually if the LCK gets the counter pick on Huni this time.
Yeah, you do. So that's the thing for red side. You do get to guarantee which counter pick you get.
Yep.
By choosing which one you're going to pick first. Which solo laner do you throw out to the wolves, and which one are you going to save it for?
Now, Froggen blind pick Brand, so maybe he'll throw himself to the wolves and play another control mage in that middle lane.
Yeah, generally we've been seeing mostly just high damage AoE mages for the mid lane. Not really worried about being counter-picked. Quinn does find herself again on the ban list. There's the support Trundle ban as well from the EU.
So first pick, what
Good
will
changes.
it be? Relatively okay in lane, good scaling. We've seen what Huni can do with Fiora as well in the past. Elise still up. Trying to think of what else is there. Thresh, if you want to go real old school. What would you first pick, Kobe, if you were in EU's shoes?
I would first pick Rammus, because that's my other jungler.
To be a nuisance, right?
Yes, to be a nuisance.
I mean,
Teemo's also a nuisance.
yeah, Kindred would see a lot of play here, usually. Amazing does have that.
Well, the big thing to me, I mean, a serious answer, Kalista's very high priority for these AD carries, and Kalista is still up. So if EU LCS do not pick Kalista first, I do expect Prey to blind pick the Kalista for LCK.
Definitely. I like seeing Praise Kalista. He's been playing well this tournament overall.
Definitely strong with it.
Well, no real surprises there on the Kalista
Hey,
Elise.
I get a troll answer and a real answer for you.
I like it, Kobe. I respect that, you know? Have some fun and then throw out the legit. So for Amazing, kind of expect the Lee Sin to be his fallback once Elise is off the table. Could go Kindred
Yep.
if they wanted to go that route and have it all ranged. But
I mean, the drop really wasn't the issue in either game.
yeah,
It just boils down to the play and just the gank prioritization overall. You just can't let your mid laner die like that. So you make sure you gank the right spot. You know, Faker this time, he avoided the ganks.
Rekkles is talking up a storm in picks and bans. Not something we actually see a whole lot from him.
Now after game one, Huni actually has calmed down a lot. This opens up communication for Europe.
Yes.
It's no longer being strangled by the screams of Huni. Good smile on Niels' face at the very least, despite being roasted by his team during the course of the previous game. So it will be the Lee Sin, it will be the Lucian. So wife steal bottom lane for the EU LCS. Will give them the chance to at least counter pick potentially one lane. Madlife.
I love Blitzcrank into
It's Hook
Thresh.
City.
I love Blitz into Thresh if you're a good Blitzcrank player. Especially, I still have that Ballista interaction where Blitzcrank can obviously launch the pull. The way that mechanic works is because it only calculates at the position that you're in when the hook connects. And obviously you can't move, but Kalista can move you. You get that really big pull coming out. Hopefully we see a couple of those.
Safe pick mid laner here for Faker, or something relatively safe for MaRin? That's a question that LCK have to answer. And with the last second, will be Lissandra.
Flex pick.
See, I think...
Got my heartbeat.
That is usually the best approach if you're planning to counter pick. Having counter picks and a flex option open is really strong drafting.
Yeah, plus there's extra mind games that go into it since MaRin got smashed so hard last time he played Lissandra. They're like, are they really going to send him on Lissandra again?
So was it Rookie, I believe, that played Lissandra mid? Was definitely a different beast than Lissandra top.
Yeah. Great target selection for Rookie. We'll see whether or not Faker or MaRin can pull off the same. And what EU are going to run into this now was Hecarim last game as somewhat of a counter to the Fiora. Fiora's still up and available, as is the Hecarim. Froggen played for long enough to know the power of Kassadin.
Yeah. Hecarim into Lissandra is
Horrible.
not cool though, so I don't feel like Huni will opt into that.
Very, very fun to see Froggen play KaSing overall in terms of trading in the lane and just making sure that he always uses Q on the enemy and uses that as zone to walk up and farm. Watched a lot of Froggen stream. Know how he plays that Kassadin.
We also watched a lot of Kassadin here already that did not spam Qs on the opponent.
Literally tilted me.
We also saw a lot of missed force pulses from Kassadin.
A lot of people miss force pulses sometimes.
I miss
Never.
force pulse in the off season all the time. But for Huni, he will play Jax. It was the champion that he first played against North America here at Allstar. Got his Rage Blade up, and as Double have said, Huni 1v5'd us.
Yes, the difficulty is getting to your Rage Blade. This is 5.23, so the combine cost has been increased a bit. But once you get it...
Oh, do it. The crowd wants to see it.
Push.
Some pressure here because I'm sure MaRin would like to pick something else into that Jax rather than the Lissandra, but Faker doesn't really want to play the Lissandra-Kassadin matchup. Sounds like a horrible matchup. Sounds incredibly easy for
Faker's
Kassadin.
like, oh yeah, you leave my team, huh?
Yay! We have Madlife playing
right.
Blitzcrank and Faker playing Zed.
MaRin's like, give me that. I'm going to take it then. We'll see how they end up with all the swaps.
Yeah, MaRin's like, you're not getting that champion.
You think it's pretty funny, huh?
Well, let's talk about the matchup, because the Kassadin to Zed going to be a little more difficult here for Froggen.
Yeah.
And we were expecting to see more Zed throughout
Wait.
523. So there's still time. There's still time.
Can't be.
It would be the mega troll if Madlife decides to go mid with Zed, but no, I'm not expecting that. And they have actually swapped now off camera.
Yeah, I actually like this a lot because the Zed into Kassadin matchup has gotten even better than it was before, because before you could, you know, deviate in your Kassadin build and go for the armor items like the Zhonya's, which is really good on him anyways, but Zhonya's has had its cost increase really, really significantly, even more than the other AP items. So it's even more rough for the Kassadin to try and change his build and go more armor items. He could go all the way back to the old boy build and get with the Iceborne Gauntlet Kassadin. Try that one on for size.
The good old tank Kassadin too.
Yeah.
The good old days. But yeah, very couple of crucial matchups here that can tilt either way very quickly. So my eyes will definitely be on Amazing and Score and see how they influence the early game. We've seen examples of how that can turn out against Faker, with Faker in the last few games, or what happens when Amazing does hit the mark on those ganks or when he doesn't. So a very interesting matchup.
Well, this could be the last Summoner's Rift battle of All-Star from LA. Europe and Team Ice need to pick up a win to force the deciding battle. Maybe it will lean on Froggen's Kassadin or Huni's Jax, whether or not LCK and Team Fire can put up some form of answer to that split-pushing Jax.
Both teams have strong elements for level 1. Blitzcrank with pull, but obviously Jax can always opt to start with Counter-Strike there. Be annoying, so LCK panning out.
No shenanigans this time round.
30
No deep vision either.
Wonder if they go camp for the Blitzcrank matchup, because it does have a really nice power spike on level 2 if you do a camp first, because you don't really get bullied that much early.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's also nice to go gank 4 Thresh lanes because of the Lantern assistance for your ganks, but there are so many choices, as you went over, for the junglers. You really want to, if you're LCK side, keep Jax down, keep him away from the Rage Blade as long as you can, or if you are Amazing, get him ahead of obviously. Lane swap, we haven't seen there.
First time,
first one.
All-Star.
First one, all tournament long.
I mean, it's obvious very few teams want to opt in a lane swap when there's communication issues, when you have people from like different teams playing, but
At this point, they are
at this
one
point,
team.
when things get serious as well, you know, we'll just out macro them. I think it's the correct choice though. Opening up Madlife to Roman Blitzcrank. Kalista can bully Huni if he does end up in the lane 1v1 with an experience disadvantage.
Now there's options.
Yeah.
They get more
Finally.
or less for the junglers. Faker and Froggen, they're going to go toe-to-toe in this middle lane.
Yeah, things to watch for seeing any Kassadin play is obviously use as many Qs on the opponent, otherwise you will get out-sustained anyways. Just want to get the harass corruption potion, and then the auto attack reset on the W. Always auto W, never just press the W first. Just keep in mind.
So, Huni holding Amazing's hand in the jungle. They're still doing that double jungle. Rekkles has got the support of KaSing. They're looking for MaRin, who is still level 1. The Flay will follow the Flash. But they burned the Exhaust for that. So Exhaust for Flash, I think he'll be happy.
And he's pushing, no? Must be.
Yeah, it's pushing.
Rex is actually choosing to push in the wave in the bottom, so no freeze there. I'm not going to try and deny MaRin CS. That usually leads to a 4-man dive. That's why we say Score coming over. No teleport.
Huni's still level 1 though. They didn't share full experience on the blue buff. Huni
Madlife.
actually left early.
Madlife way too late though on the base. Waited for level 2.
So this is a 3v2 for the time being. Amazing is coming up through the river, and he will find his way into the tri-bush. Has used the safeguard already. 4 versus 2. Look for the skill shots. KaSing cannot afford to miss. And have taken enough time that Madlife is getting closer. Death Sentence finds score. He's level 3. So he's going to repel up. 2-man counter-strike as KaSing is going to flash away. First blood secured by Amazing. And Rekkles makes it out alive.
Score came down so quickly. Huni still had counter-strike up, and he just got stunned for free there. It was going to be used just on MaRin. But a clean first blood for the EU LCS this time around. And they punish MaRin. No summoners now for him. Huni, though, still level 1 because he didn't share any experience on the double jungling that they did.
Seems like LCK forgot how to lane swap. Madlife could have based way earlier, could have been under a tower, and then that would have put EU in a very, very precarious position. But overall, they get the textbook answer to the lane swap, which is dive the other side. Looting for free.
Froggen farming up as best he can. He's down 10 CS.
Ooh.
Oh, Rekkles steps into vision. Oh, Madlife.
What? He's getting
Oh, yeah.
Low on the rocket grab.
Back in season 2.
Nobody expects the face check, see?
Yeah, but the ward dropped, so the reaction ward from Madlife was actually way too late.
Take a look at the middle lane. Faker's in trouble, Kobe. Death Sentence from KaSing. Wide swing, connect! Faker does have Living Shadow. Not enough energy, and that's another easy kill. Madlife will get turned.
That's how you predicted. Any Thresh would go for the I want to Madlife Faker. No, he just aim straight. Let him outplay you.
Double psych. Ooh, Huni takes a tower shot. Prey will rend. Huni's forced to flash, and the Pierce gets the kill. Mistake from Huni.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Costly mistake.
very big Kalista up top side. Let's see if Madlife is going to walk into this and have to burn. Nope.
No,
They're well aware.
Don't talk too soon.
Oh, he has backup. He's faking it.
There's support, but will he be alive long enough? The passive from Blitzcrank will help. Cocoon connects on Amazing.
Yep.
And even though the death sentence follows.
You thought I was face checking. Acting.
Gets the Grammy and a kill for Team Fire.
That's the worst. When the support face checks and you think it all works out, and then you see the little icon from the jungle come up and you know you've been bamboozled.
It was perfect too, waiting just out of Fog of War, so they thought, maybe we just miscalculated. Why is he taking so long to get here? He must have routed somewhere else, but he was actually waiting for the teammate.
My pop culture references have been called out by production. It's an Oscar for acting. Thank you, gentlemen.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You should have. You should have. Don't let that slide.
How is that pop culture, anyways? That sounds like
Because I don't watch any of that, and I don't watch who gets the awards either. So,
Alright.
you know, it's like
Maybe you should.
that's like mainstream.
Ooh,
I watch
Baker
Allstar.
also getting old.
Big again. Oh.
Been a long day.
Froggen is first to 6 here.
On the
It's only
way
down
for CS.
9 CS. That's okay. That's very much so acceptable in this game.
He did get the advantage of the gank squad coming through very heavily for his side.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. No, I lied.
Take a look at Amazing, making his way up through the river.
When you sit and duck here.
While scores up top as well. Let's
Even
find out.
CS though.
He's still got the corrupting potion. Claw comes out for MaRin, but does not follow it up, and the junglers are about to go toe-to-toe. Amazing walks over a ward, finds the Cocoon. I think he's in trouble now, level 5, and he does manage to safeguard out. The repel will allow Score to get the kill, and now Huni's in trouble. Ice shards will fire the first slow. Huni's burning. One more auto attack. The counter-strike keeps him alive. The potion heals him up, but the Cocoon knocks him down. Down in the bottom lane, Rekkles and KaSing got themselves a 2v2 and got themselves 2 kills as well.
Wow, the outplay down bottom for Rekkles and KaSing, but so
And
much
the mid lane.
acted. We missed the mid lane kill. Faker strikes.
This is not the Observer's fault when 3 lanes fight at once.
Alright, replay number 1. Let's see what happened here. Prey.
All right, he just got way too close to the brush there.
Alright, the outplay.
Yeah. Ooh,
Good
that
point for
that was actually an outplay right there, though. That did earn them the extra kill. Faker goes all in. Flash as well.
Outplay.
So good.
Nice long lane right there.
Faker gets his first solo kill in that lane. Picks himself up the hammer. Straight to dirt. Comes back with that advantage, and LCK, despite the bottom, they're still marginally, the bottom kills rather, they're still marginally in the lead.
Yeah, before all the solo lane kills, or bottom side of the map kills started breaking out, I wanted to commend them for their...
Hold that thought there, Kobe, because Huni's in trouble. Counter-Strike is going to stun up MaRin, but the Cocoon will lock him down, and this will just be another easy kill. The tower shots made it a little scary.
It was right into my story. They're focused on Jax, keeping him down, keeping that Rage Blade from being completed. You notice that Score first, on his first path towards a lane that he wants to camp, just places a bunch of vision and places some true sight there that he can then come back to and work around. He visits the Krugs while waiting with his pink ward there. So then even when Amazing does come, he gets the jump. Elise is all about working with that fog of war. You get the whole combo with Elise, that's when you have such a big advantage. Cocoon into full burst combo.
And more importantly, keep the Jax down, but also if there's any player you want to do that to, it is Huni. It has been a familiar strategy against him overall.
And when Huni has troubles, he does tilt. We've seen it a few times
Allegedly.
in the past.
Same story from last game though. Rekkles is the shining light for the EU LCS squad. Doing some work down bottom along with KaSing.
That was a really good flash there. It could have turned that around because if the Blitzcrank lands the Fate's Call, it's knock up into point blank hook, and then Rekkles would have been dead.
KaSing may be the one that gets deaded. It's LCK roaming around. Cocoon locked in the air. Yes, finds a connection as well. There's no Raptors to fall to. And it's Faker that even picks up the kill credit. And that's a great move here from LCK. They've run, they've not dropped the pressure. Gonna force Froggen to think twice about this farm.
Yeah, I mean, you can heavily pressure a Kassadin under turret. Make him back off, but they decide to roam top instead. Targeting Huni once again. Wave pushed. Everybody comes top.
Life is gonna slow down. You hear the power and the speed training.
It's like, I'm out of here.
But look at this. Okay, so Amazing's recalling. There's no support for Huni, and Score is back. Huni does have his flash available. Gets rooted by the Ring of Frost. Still has used it, but that's just too much CC. Death Sentence will pull Score under the tower for a few more hits, and KaSing will not be able to kill him just yet. Amazing has found Madlife with the double bust. Froggen is going to continue to chase. Kill is just for Amazing solo. As does KaSing get the shutdown for the team on to Score. So this is keeping the gold even.
Yeah, by the way, shutdowns now are global, so it's not bad if your support does get the shutdown. Not all of the extra bonus gold is going straight to him.
Yeah, while everybody's roaming, Rekkles was actually going to probably win that 1v1 in the bottom, so he actually does take the tower down, now moves to the mid lane. Essentially roam there.
Does top tower fall as well? 3 members of EU are up there.
Faker's doing work on mid though, so a lot of outer turret damage is going down right now.
Faker's going to get that to below half hit points. The European squad of Team Ice, they will secure the tower, so gold advantage to EU.
Huni just did a good job buying time. He juked everything as well as he could. There was no way out of there for him. The only influencing factor is how many summoners that he could burn in the process and how much time he could waste. KaSing just arrived in the nick of time, dealt with Score under the turret, and Amazing somehow got a hold of Madlife, and that was a very costly play here, very telegraphed roam too. They showed in the mid lane, then went to the top lane, so there was no surprise factor whatsoever there.
The thing is though, why we highlight this strategy of keeping the Jax away from Rage Blade as long as you can so much is because it's a full offensive item. So even if he does end up completing it, it's so hard to get to use that item and stack it up on your melee attacks because he's going to be so squishy. Lissandra's great at 100% bursting to 0. Elise is great at 100% burst to 0. Even Zed is great at that. So it's going to be so hard for Huni to actually play League of Legends this game, being so far behind. EU LCS are going to have to, scuttle him around the map, try and usher him over to the open farm, and hope that he doesn't go down in the process.
Faker, strongly assassin. That's usually what we see from assassins being put in the side lanes. Very hard for somebody to deal with 1v1. Then again, with proper vision, warrants more people bottom, leaves the rest of the map exposed. You can roam.
I like the fact that all of the assassins and all the damage means that these fights are going to be very punishing. With the even gold, EU could make some damage.
Yeah, EU are going to have to start sacrificing things for Huni's farm, though. They want to get him the free farm, but that means 5 members of the LCK squad can pressure other objectives. So they're giving up pressure on mid. Maybe they'll give up Dragon. And instead, they do get a flash here.
A good death sentence from KaSing. Frey with the respect flash.
Usually, if the top lane is freezing and you lose control of the other side of the map of your jungle, especially against a pick like Blitzcrank that can flash hook even with the Fate Skull interaction, that is incredibly risky path to take though.
Yeah. So it's going to cost at least Dragon, maybe bottom turret, and mid lane turret's about to get knocked over, so.
Huni needs to start pushing because Faker's making work of that bottom tier 1, and he will not stop. He's going to continue pushing into the tier 2, and there's still pick potential in the mid lane here.
There really is. Glacial Path is fired. MaRin does not follow. Madlife looking for the Rocket Crab, but the sad Siren means he can't get in range.
Yeah, these are
Take the tower.
conscious sacrifices by the EU LCS squad.
Amazing wants to look for the flank. Froggen's gone forward. The Force Pulse is onto Bray, and he is extinguished. Tower is secured by Faker, but it's a shutdown onto MaRin and a double kill to Rekkles.
Yeah, and the main difference is LCK is now ready for aggression. They assume that EU is just going to play passive because they're freezing in the top lane, and they just find a beautiful opening because LCK
Faker's bottom, that's
playing
why.
too far forward, but
Yeah.
yeah, Faker's doing the exact same thing in the bottom.
Rekkles. Whoa! That was almost a prediction from Madlife as well. Didn't connect this time round. Faker's backed away, so a good chunk of damage onto that outer turret, but even gold still.
Yeah.
And that's actually exactly what the LCK want. They want to trade a split-pushing, underfed, under-leveled Jax for the split-pushing 2-kill, highest CS in the entire game. Well, not Rekkles has passed him.
Yep.
Faker, but very high.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
What EU wants, not LCK. But yeah,
All the things.
all the things.
All those things I just
Well
said.
farmed.
Jumble them up,
Give them to EU.
play some Scrabble.
But yeah, if you can leave a carry untouched in the side lane, just like you said, and then trade evenly on objectives,
Yeah.
definitely what you want to do.
Get
Really
some
good
extra
flank.
kills
though.
out of it on the
Yeah.
way, then that's just icing on top of the cake. And
Huni.
EU LCS, actually a gold lead.
Yep.
Huni's sitting on 2,500 gold, has held this wave comfortably.
They're coming for your turret now, though.
Ballista. I want to see the Ballista.
Very long period of time.
Oh,
Huni
come on,
good.
Huni, don't get baited by
Yeah.
that.
If it looks easy,
Yes,
don't
Krepo?
don't go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be way...
We're still on a broadcast.
Happy! Hey!
But look at the tower.
I had to very carefully choose my words if I want to keep my job.
This will get dropped. Very, very easy. Frey with that Blade of the Ruined King. Shoving it down with all the attack speed, denying at least a couple more minions.
Yeah.
And at the same time, MaRin shoving down bots, and Froggen wants to at least interrupt this. Rift Walk, as well as the Force Pulse. Not going to chase further.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how Huni is able to do, since he has completed his Rage Blade, but they don't have something like a Lulu and Orianna pick on their squad to try and keep the Rage Blade user up. Usually when you do have something like that with so much offensive power, trying to assist him in some way.
Madlife. Rocket Grab, Rocket Grab. Flash!
Oh!
Rocket Grab! Oh no, that didn't work! You killed Krepo!
That clip right there was so good, even though there were no kills out of it.
No.
We're gonna have to save that one.
Why?
Krepo literally hit the floor.
Why?
Right, tell me
All right.
why in a second. MaRin is about to find Froggen, or will Froggen find MaRin? The silence, the Force Pulse, the Rift Walk. Froggen's gonna need to chase if he wants to kill. Down in the river, Amazing's got Prey. He's gonna get the slow on him, and a flash flay will allow the kill on Prey. Squall's gonna go over the wall to the Raptors, and EU gang up to find a kill.
Yeah, that was the old man's Ballista. It's like, now! Now! No, not now. But yeah, you obviously have to be very timing specific. You need to launch that Fate Skull when the hook is flying. You can't wait to see if it connects.
If it gets all the way back to him, then Rekkles is gonna be able to flash out of it right there. And he does. Yeah, he did get the flash out of MaRin there from the chase. Didn't overextend though.
Rekkles is doing well. Also 1,000 gold. Got that Essence Reaver. Faker gets caught. The box is down. A real follow-up after. So trigger finger, a little itchy for KaSing.
Yeah, some restraint there from Amazing though. Doesn't take it into certain death. Huni's still
Farming.
freezing here, trying to farm up. He wants to get some extra combat stats before diving in.
Impressive that EU is playing the map this well with 4 people only. Like, Huni has not been in the game whatsoever for the last like 7 minutes or so.
Usually you give up so much
Yep.
trying to freeze a lane, especially against a squad as strong as this LCK squad. But it's just been know, the Dragon and outer turrets.
Just that flank from Amazing in the mid lane. He's really creative in his pathing for Lee Sin that finds himself behind enemy lines and then surprises them.
For EU, they're keeping themselves even, at least starting to hemorrhage and heal the damage done to Huni's laning phase. He's actually marginally ahead MaRin. MaRin's got the Hourglass completed. That's going to be problematic, especially considering the rotations and the burst he can already put down on a very squishy EU squad.
It's a lot less danger because Froggen was able to come up with that 1 versus 1 play to burn MaRin's flash. It's a huge part of Lissandra to be able to get the flash ultimate off. The claw is so slow for an initiation that it has to be a team effort.
Faker is the problem though. Nobody can deal with it in 1v1. That's why they're sending him back up. They're trying to bait Faker in.
There is a lot of backup. Amazing's got caught by Madlife and Score. He's trying to get away. Has already used that ultimate, so he's the first victim. Froggen actually used his Ignite, and Faker committed, but no flashes from those mid laners.
Faker brought more friends. Amazing was outnumbered in the 2 versus 1. Ends up going down. Huni is finally forced to start pushing just because the minions build up on his side of the map.
And as well, once that bait goes wrong, you need to accelerate the push because otherwise that's when you start losing. When you get a kill down and you're freezing or not pushing quickly enough on one side of the map, you're going to lose too much there.
Yeah, I like this move as well from the EU LCS, moving up towards the top side because second Dragon not going to do a whole lot for LCK, and it would be extremely hard for EU LCS to grab the first Dragon and get that first Dragon bonus, which they do want, but too difficult at this point.
Yeah, they're basically trading vision for an objective, and when Dragon is not worth as much, especially second, that vision can actually be very valuable in the setup for the next tower in the top lane. So definitely instead of doing the sightseeing thing where you go watch the enemy team take the Dragon, move to the other side of the map, get some deep vision, go back bot, set up a push then, and suddenly controlling the entire map.
Now we are getting that really explosive part of the game though. The 2 item power spikes, so big in the preseason. Rekkles about to finish. Probably static shiv. Nope. Hand cannon. Ah, 50% chance. Got the wrong one.
Could have cheated, by the way.
Just looked at over at yours.
I knew he was gonna build that.
All right, but everybody is about on their 2 item power spikes. There's Prey and Faker as well already.
Look at the bottom lane. This time around, Faker's the one that doesn't have the friends. It's 2v1. Froggen's managed to pick it up, and the death sentence even interrupts Faker. Deathmark comes out, but an easy kill in the 2-on-1.
Perfectly coordinated bait right there.
Yep.
Froggen leading him right into the death sentence and holding on to the play till after the Zed ultimate.
You can definitely see the difference in the vision game. A lot more question marks overall. LCK not operating with perfect information. If you need to count the dots. If you don't see them all, you may find yourself surprised. Madlife take 2 for Ballista.
And there's a teleport coming in from MaRin in the river. He's caught Rekkles. Rekkles gets knocked in the air, and he is shut down. Their team fight will ensue. Remember, Faker is down. This has turned into a 4-on-4. The rocket grab pulls Froggen backwards, and he's forced to flash out to safety. KaSing is going to kill
Whoa, Huni!
Couple of ghosts, and Huni decides to re-engage. Cocoon finds him as well, and Huni unable to kill Prey, overeager.
I thought that was a failed Ballista yet again, where he pulled him out too early this time. He actually
shot him in.
He actually shot him out at Lissandra, so it's wrong for Madlife.
Yeah, I don't know. That choice there for Huni to try and go in for the all-in on Prey might end up costing them MaRin. That was very, very big.
At least pretty sustained, and Faker coming in here with some more damage too. That should be easily doable. MaRin can keep them away. Yeah, that will be Baron.
So many stacks. No contest. In the mid lane, it looks like MaRin is going to pull some aggression here from Amazing and Froggen. And that's going to be maybe a kill. There's support coming from LCK. MaRin's able to get away with the flash, and the chase is still up. Glacial Path comes out, and now Froggen is on the wrong side of the river. He turns back around onto Prey. Ignite is not really going to be enough. Amazing actually got himself a kill. He's going to go for a fight, but he will get shut down. We'll come back to the middle lane as Rekkles has got the peel away culling. The flash forward, and KaSing gets juked. Deathmark comes down, and the fight continues. Faker gets away with the living shadow. Rekkles on full HP. They may take the tower. They will take the tower, but LCK lose 2, gain Baron.
I love the mind games there in that Thresh Zed interaction because there's two things that KaSing can do. Either throw it at Faker where he's walking or predict the shadow. Faker goes for the third option, which there's...
Behind door number 3.
Yeah, exactly. There is no play from Thresh that we will be able to catch Zed if you just pop the ultimate.
At the same time, though, it was still, for me, the perfect play for KaSing, because either Faker stands still, he gets hit. He does a shadow forward, he gets predicted.
Or you at least...
Or he ultis on KaSing. If Huni positioned properly, Faker was guaranteed dead there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed.
The crowd agrees.
The crowd around us.
Rekkles does manage to make it out. The most farmed member of EU, 3-1-3.
Huni's been making some questionably positioning mistakes in these fights. He definitely could have predicted Counter-Strike on Faker there. Shouldn't have gone in earlier, so it does seem that camp the Huni strategy is paying dividends.
Yeah, he has been able to find a farm up, though. The overall team strategy of the EU LCS has been able to get him back into the game, but they definitely need him to come up with a big play right now.
PvE part is good for him.
The PvE, yeah.
So when we start introducing opposite players, some issues.
He's going to use that Blade of the Ruined King to get away from the threats of Amazing. Now Froggen is going to face check. He finds MaRin, Ring of Frost, locks him down. Glacial Path gets MaRin out, and the rotation
Faker's not there.
for EU, they make it to the bottom lane.
5 EU members down bottom here. Faker's going to make quick work of that turret if they don't send somebody back.
Amazing gets caught by the rocket grab after taking Gromp.
Agreed. Lantern was there as well.
One more camp.
So not only do they lose the turret here that we're talking about for Faker, but also an extra kill.
Yeah, split push Baron too coming in.
Coming apart at the seams. Score tries to find the cocoon. The Lantern's already fired. The rest of LCK, look, middle lane being pressured, bottom lane being pressured. Those Baron empowered minions are going to do work. Madlife's moving. Here comes Prey.
Still waiting for that Kalista Blitzcrank interaction. Hopefully they go for it.
For Europe,
You think they tried it once, failed, and like, never again?
this is problematic because they don't have wave. They're relying very much on the Kali.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They want to get the split push game going was the idea there from the get-go, but...
On paper, the composition does make sense. Scuttlecrack goes down. Huni could match Faker later on in the game on paper, but because he's so far behind and Faker is the one so far ahead, it's actually impossible for Europe to find a matchup that can actually answer Faker, and that's actually spearheading the split push for LCK, because otherwise, Lissandra into Kassadin, yes, the lanes were switched up, but later in the game, Froggen can easily win that matchup even slightly from behind, and Huni should have been able to deal with Faker, but because the game played out the way it did, very troublesome for Europe.
Yeah, it was actually that last call there from the EU LCS to send 5 members to the bottom turret without being able to siege. That cost them this big gold increase for LCK. And Dragon number 3, they continue stacking.
The rest of the European team, they're in the middle lane. They might get surrounded. Rekkles is in trouble. There is a QSS available. Instantly grabs it. Takes the Lantern. Madlife is eating the culling. Huni forced to leap backwards. Counter-strike is used, but he's already down. Prey gets the kill and he's on full HP. Faker's zoning on the backline. Rekkles has already used that QSS as MaRin is the next victim. Follows the living shadow over the wall. Faker gets the kill. It's a double for Prey on the other side of the fight. And KaSing is being run down. Here comes Prey. He's looking for the triple. Got the auto attacks and he'll find it. And an easy team fight win for LCK.
Froggen, the last man alive, is not going to be able to do much. As you said, no wave clear there. And the LCK are going to be able to capitalize on that with turrets. Yeah, Huni actually went for a second offensive item, even being behind like this, and just got blown up. You saw there, all he could do in the fight was Counter-Strike, and as soon as it was gone, gets pulled back in, instantly blown up.
Yeah, good hook by Madlife. EU got pincered. They had to use all their defensive tools to get out of the initial part of the fight, and then the re-engage really solidified why that fight went the way it did. Almost 0 return damage. The only person going low there in the end, Madlife, didn't even get picked up by Froggen. Amazing also wasted his kick on support that had no cooldown, so...
Yeah, very big mid-game swing here for the LCK.
Super minions pouring down the middle lane and empowered minions on the side. It's going to make life way more difficult for EU to claw this back. On the bright side, Huni does have his Rage Blade and his Gun Blade, but he's in a 2v1. Let's see if he can get away with this. He's going to get locked down by the tomb. Counter-Strike will prevent some damage, and Rekkles is there for a distraction. Amazing somehow is caught in the middle of the river, middle of the jungle, and he's dropped.
They're all venturing into the fog of war here, trying to explore the darkness, and LCK defending their territory. Very risky. LCS, MaRin. This is a while ago.
This is the fight initially. Counter-Strike does nothing, and boom. That's all we're waiting for. Kalista. Only pulled him like really 2 Teemos, still counts.
Yeah, and then Prey is able to clean up this side, while on the other side, Faker is making quick work of the back line, and Rekkles does end up going down as well as KaSing.
That ends up being the team fight that could cost Team Ice Allstar 2015.
At this point, throw Huni into a side lane, just have him split push, and hope that he can outplay somebody, because that's what that build is for. If you build double damage items, it needs to be a one-on-one fight.
He can actually outplay MaRin now because he finishes the Quicksilver Sash, and the whole reason that MaRin actually managed to do well against him is because he kept him at bay. If you can break the CC, jump on him immediately, with some good counter-strike placements, it's actually impossible for Lissandra to E out.
That's a big if on the side of Huni. Vision also in favor of LCK. Amazing. Let's look for the rocket grab. Has a little safeguard away. Baron has respawned as well, so not only do EU have to deal with the gold deficit, the kill deficit, the tower deficit, the vision deficit, it's the threat of Baron. Rocket grab onto Froggen. Let's see if these reactions will be apt. Scores going forward. MaRin's teleported in behind. And that was just dirty.
Yeah, good teleport there, but they are stalling. Trading one jungler for the Huni split push right now. They could trade Baron for inhib. They chase.
How is going to get secured if LCK go Baron? Well, there's Faker to deal with Huni.
They need to counterplay. Huni needs to get out of there and fight the Baron with a numbers advantage. He's actually going on Faker here.
Oh! Silver Sash is available and has been used. Faker throws out the shurikens. Huni's still looking to fight. Has used the Gunblade. And the rest of EU are moving towards the Baron. This Baron's going to get secured.
They don't have any vision in the river. So risky there.
Huni went for the outplay and did not pull that one off. So Baron number 2 secured for Team Fire, secured by the LCK. That might just be all she wrote.
A very tough spot right now. Really good from LCK distributing their members. MaRin in the mid lane, keeping them at bay. Nobody really checking for the Kalista doing the Baron.
Also look at the build here for score. He's so far ahead on this Elise 8-1, and he's opted to turn his Aegis. Oh! MaRin does get...
Score connects with a Cocoon. Now Froggen gets pulled back, but Riftwalk actually puts him to safety. Goes golden for a few seconds longer, and Amazing decides to peace out, but this might be problematic. Froggen goes down as Amazing is moving deeper into the jungle. He's got the mobility to make it out, and KaSing will survive a few seconds longer. Not long enough to do real damage, though. Huni, how long does he commit before he backs? That's the question.
I think he has to go until somebody else revives, because there's no hope for them to defend with only 3 players, so you might as well continue split pushing and see what you can get. But again, score. He's turned his Aegis of the Legion into a Banner of Command, so they have a Banner of Command Baron buffed cannon minion down there, and the push should go very easily for LCK.
And it does. They've traded inner turrets for inner turrets, cresting 9,000 gold difference. Amazing is still playing in the jungle.
Yeah, they're looking to trade Nexus for inhibitor right here.
Nexus for inhibitor.
That doesn't check out.
If Huni can make that one work. Teleport comes down onto the Nexus turret. The rest of LCK starting to play just a tad safer. Banner of Command, giant tank on the Nexus turrets. And LCK with supers in 2 lanes. Content to play it safe and back away. Amazing. Ward hops over, but he's going to find himself running into Faker and Madlife. Defensive flash. Ghost Blade popped, and Faker will back out.
LCK still like their dragons.
They do, and Huni's already been forced to use that QSS. Cocoon comes down and he's shut down. No tankiness on that Jax, and the assassins of LCK are too far ahead. Faker comes over the wall. Hourglass will be used to mitigate the damage.
Oh!
And the swagger from Faker. He gets the kill. This is the final team fight, I feel, as KaSing goes down. That's a double kill for Faker. Only 2 members of the European squad and Team Ice remain to hold on, but it will not be enough. The LCK Korean All-Stars are onto the Nexus turrets. They've taken one down. They will get themselves some more kills as Amazing goes down. Rekkles left standing, it will not matter. LCK will close out the game. They will pick up the 300 points. And Team Fire will be closing out All-Star 2015 as your champions.
Faker stands alone at the Nexus.
One man on the throne.
As everyone dies.
Madlife just sitting still with that confetti. It's a lot of confetti.
What a game from LCK. What a game from Team Fire. Hugs all around.
너무 심하셨다. 수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
What a commanding end there for the LCK squad. Really pulling out the big guns in the best of 3 finals here.
Yep. Just Huni just couldn't quite get into the game. Rekkles like KaSing did well though on the bottom lane. Rekkles good performance.
KaSing, Amazing had some definite highlights throughout the series as well.
Yep. Just the top side of the map was too hard to deal with. Fantastic effort though from the European team to stay in the match when they were this far down. Remember we had a pretty close mid game only because EU managed to outplay Korea at the point where Huni was farming, but then superior map positioning, macro play came through from the LCK with some nice outplays too. So overall, pretty decent game.
Exciting series, but just great turnaround as well for the LCK squad. They had absolutely everything on lockdown, from pixel bans, game plan, execution, and they punished every single mistake that EU.
And here comes the rest of Team Fire.
North America following, as well as LMS. It was a team effort. Everybody won points at different stages. And actually, this is really important as well because once the competitive season starts, there will be an IP boost. A bigger one given away to Team Fire's regions, NA, LMS, and the LCK. Compliments of your All-Stars, compliments of the performances and the achievements they've done this weekend. It's really great to see everybody standing on stage together.
Yeah, and every time I see Faker Bjergsen talking, I really want to know what's going on in that conversation.
Takes me back to the days of like season 2 when you would walk into after the games at like a player after party. You would see Alex Siege on one chair, Froggen on the other, staring at each other and really talking for 3 hours about mid-lane matchups. Carlos LeBlanc was talked about.
I feel like if you could go listen in and
just soak up,
you would become a great mid laner yourself.
Just by standing in that conversation, I managed to go from a silver 4 to a silver 3 mid laner.
What are the secrets? Ah, you killed them.
All-Star champions. Dyrus holding the plaque above his head. The rest of the plaques will be distributed shortly. I think that's fair.
Do a little wiggle.
Ray, so jovial.
So what was the final point score here for Team Fire? 1,075 points to the 875 points accrued over the 1v1s, over the fun modes. Every single player is passing them down the line now, but they will all be receiving their own plaque.
So give me that. No, it's mine. I'm taking this one home, man.
They will be getting their own. They will be getting their own to hang on the wall.
Can I hold it?
That's going to be real heavy, actually. You're putting your suitcase back home?
Yep. You'll likely ship it. Hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah, I certainly hope so.
Don't want to walk to security, sir. Is that you're holding there? It's a weapon.
So congratulations once again to Team Fire, North America, LMS, and the LCK. They win the final. To find out more about how they did that, we're going to head over to the analyst desk.
Thank you very